Lucius Annaeus Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, statesman, and playwright of ancient Rome, is renowned for his profound insights on various aspects of life. One of his notable teachings revolves around the art of time management. Although he lived over 2 millennia ago, Seneca's thoughts on this subject remain incredibly relevant today. He recognized that if we are to live well, we must be constant students of the greatest subject of all. So, in this video, we will explore 10 of the most important insights for time management from the writings of Seneca and its enduring significance in our fast-paced modern world. 1. Treat time as a commodity. In his timeless wisdom, Seneca eloquently advises us to treat time as a precious commodity. He astutely points out that while people are typically frugal in guarding their personal property, they often squander time, which is arguably our most precious and irretrievable resource. This sentiment is encapsulated in Seneca's profound words. People are frugal in guarding their personal property, but as soon as it comes to squandering time, they are most wasteful of the one thing in which it is right to be stingy. Seneca's cautionary message is a stark reminder of how we, as individuals, frequently overlook the immense value of time in our daily lives. Imagine strolling down the street and witnessing a wealthy individual recklessly throwing their money into the wind. Such a sight would undoubtedly lead us to question the sanity of this person. However, what often escapes our notice is that we, and those around us, routinely engage in a far more irrational act, squandering time, a resource far more valuable than money. Unlike money, time is a finite and non-renewable resource. When it's gone, we cannot manufacture more of it. Thus, it's undeniably more irrational to waste time than money, for time is the one currency we cannot regenerate. Its value is both uncertain and limited. To illustrate this point, consider the following examples. To understand the significance of a year, inquire of a student who failed a grade, realizing that they cannot recoup the time spent on their academic endeavors. To fathom the value of a month, talk to a mother who gave birth to a premature baby, and you'll grasp the importance of every moment in those early days. For a vivid demonstration of the worth of a week, consult the editor of a weekly newspaper whose deadlines demand an acute appreciation of time. The value of an hour becomes apparent when you speak to the person who just missed a train, realizing the consequences of that lost time. To grasp the significance of a second, consider the person who narrowly avoided an accident, acutely aware that a mere second could have been the difference between life and death. Lastly, to comprehend the value of a millisecond, ask the athlete who secured the silver medal at the Olympics, knowing that the smallest fraction of time can determine victory or defeat. While the amount of time we have is uncertain, one irrefutable truth remains. Our time is limited. Money and property may fluctuate with luck or effort, but time is a fixed and unalterable entity. It is a finite resource that, when squandered, may lead to unexpected regret. Seneca's timeless wisdom serves as a powerful reminder of the need to treat time with the utmost care and respect. Those who dismiss the value of time and engage in wasteful activities inadvertently invite the spectre of death into their life. On the other hand, when employed with thoughtfulness and consideration, time becomes an amplifier of our accomplishments and a source of fulfillment, allowing us to make the most of this finite and precious resource. 2. Embrace the present. Seneca imparts a profound lesson on the significance of living in the present and not investing all our time in preparing for the future. He warns against the all too common tendency to delay happiness, believing that it lies in some distant tomorrow. Seneca's teachings urge us to seize the moment and make the most of the present, recognizing that the future is uncertain and often beyond our control. In the words of Seneca, he who bestows all of his time on his own needs, who plans out every day as if it were his last, neither longs for nor fears the morrow. This encapsulates his fundamental message. The key to a fulfilling life is to live in the here and now without fixating on an uncertain future. It's a human tendency to spend a significant portion of our lives preparing for what lies ahead, We often believe that if we work diligently for decades, we'll eventually reach a point of happiness and satisfaction, usually after retirement. However, Seneca questions this approach. He warns against postponing happiness and fulfillment, for the future is unpredictable, and the life we envision may never materialize. The consequences of this habitual fixation on the future are profound. We become so preoccupied with what lies ahead that we allow the present to slip through our fingers. Time rushes past us, unobserved and unseen. It is only in our later years, often on our deathbeds, that we come to realize the brevity and preciousness of life. Regret sets in, and we lament not making the most of the moments when we had the chance. Seneca employs a poignant metaphor, likening time to a rushing stream that won't flow forever. He urges us to imagine being stranded in a desert, dying of thirst, and stumbling upon a stream of water. The catch is that you don't know when it will run dry. In such a situation, wouldn't you drink as much as you possibly could? Just as we would seize the opportunity to quench our thirst, we should seize the opportunity to make the most of the present. We should recognize that the future, like that stream, is uncertain and may not offer the opportunities we imagine. While it's essential to plan for the future, Seneca's wisdom reminds us that we must not let it overshadow the value of the present. Your 30s, 40s, 50s and beyond are worth planning and preparing for, but they should not rob you of the joy and significance of the present moment. You can only live one moment at a time, and each moment can be lived only once. Therefore, the decision to live in the moment becomes an imperative one. 3. Live life for yourself. To quote Seneca, "So you must not think a man has lived long because he has white hair and wrinkles. He has not lived long, just existed. Long we all have certain things that we want in our life, whether it's a dream job, a dream house, a dream relationship, or that dream vacation. But majority of us don't even come close to achieving many of these things because we are stuck with a job we can't stand just to pay the bills, or a partner we pretend to love because we don't want to be alone. You're just being tossed and turned by everything that's coming at you. And in today's world, there's a lot coming at you. In our journey through life, we often carry a list of dreams and desires, whether it's the dream job, a dream house, a dream relationship, or that dream vacation. However, for many, these aspirations remain distant, overshadowed by the necessity to pay bills, or by maintaining relationships that do not fulfill it. We may find ourselves swept along by the currents of life, struggling to keep up with the constant stream of demands and distractions that modern living presents. We may even deceive ourselves by asserting that we lack the time to pursue our dreams and passions. Seneca challenges this notion by reminding us that being busy is ultimately a choice. Being occupied with activities we dislike is the most effective way to divert us from truly living. We find ourselves drifting through our daily routines, showing up for obligations, but paradoxically, we are absent from our own life. This tendency leads us to mistake doing for being, leaving us unsatisfied and disconnected from our authentic self. The most valuable investment of our time, according to Seneca, is in the creation of a life we genuinely love. If you find yourself uncertain about what you love or what you want, he suggests introspection. Ask yourself questions like, if I had more time, what would I do? Or if I could change something about my life right now, what would it be? Through these questions, you may discover your desire to change your job, improve your physical fitness, or explore a new hobby. To put this wisdom into practice, you can begin by waking up early and dedicating that extra hour to engage in activities you're passionate about. Seneca reminds us that time is a precious and finite resource, constantly ticking away for all of us. Waiting to make the changes you desire means spending more of your life working to fulfill someone else's dreams instead of your own. 4. Practice premeditatio malorum. In a world characterized by distractions and the ever-present temptation to procrastinate, Seneca offers us valuable insights on how to overcome this common human tendency. As he astutely notes, while wasting our time, hesitating and procrastinating, life goes on. Procrastination often occurs when the lure of short-term gratification such as doing nothing or indulging in distractions, wins over the long-term commitment to meaningful tasks, like completing a sales report or a video project. In psychology, this phenomenon is termed time inconsistency, despite the fact that most of us recognize the long-term importance of meaningful work. Our brains are hardwired to prioritize immediate rewards and instant gratification. Seneca introduces us to an effective and straightforward method to combat this inclination, known as premeditatio malorum. This concept, advocated by the Stoics, involves a form of negative visualization wherein we contemplate what could potentially go wrong before engaging in an activity or task. It's a practice designed to help us anticipate distractions, challenges, and obstacles, allowing us to proactively plan and prepare to overcome them. The key to premeditatio malorum is acknowledging distractions and potential issues ahead of time. By identifying these obstacles and then creating strategies to address them, we empower ourselves to navigate the path to productivity and success. This practice is a preemptive strike against procrastination, and it helps us fortify our defenses against the allure of short-term impulses and distraction. One of the most effective ways to implement premeditatio malorum is to schedule tasks and activities in advance. By setting a specific time, place, and starting point for your work, you reduce the likelihood of succumbing to procrastination. When you've already established a clear plan and time frame for your tasks, it becomes easy to stay committed and avoid the temptation to delay or deviate from your objective. Research has shown that scheduling ahead significantly increases the likelihood of following through on your intentions. It transforms vague intentions into concrete actions, minimizing the gap between what you intend to do and what you actually accomplish. By embracing the Stoic practice of premeditatio malorum, you can become 2 to 3 times more likely to stay on course and effectively manage your time. 5. Bring long-term rewards to the present. In considering Seneca's wisdom, we discover the concept of making long-term rewards immediate. This notion challenges our tendency to delay gratification and defers our pursuit of rewards to some distant future. In many aspects of life, we are encouraged to invest our efforts now for the promise of future benefit. Whether it's saving for retirement, working hard to attain career goals, or committing to personal growth, the idea of delaying gratification for a better tomorrow is deeply ingrained in our culture. However, Seneca encourages us to bridge the gap between the present and the future. He suggests that we can make long-term rewards immediate by finding joy and fulfillment in the journey rather than solely fixating on the destination. Here's how this perspective can be applied to different areas of your life. 1. Financial planning. Rather than waiting for retirement to enjoy life, find ways to enjoy the present while also saving for the future. This might involve budgeting for experiences that bring you happiness now, while still being responsible with long-term financial planning. 2. Career goals. While it's important to have aspirations and work towards them, don't postpone all your gratification until you reach the pinnacle of your career. Find ways to appreciate your progress and successes along the way. Celebrate achievements, no matter how small, and enjoy the journey of personal and professional growth. 3. Personal growth. Don't put off self-improvement for some future date. Embrace the process of learning and self-discovery as fulfilling in itself. Whether you're learning a new skill, pursuing a hobby, or working on personal development, the journey is just as important as the destination. By aligning our long-term goals with immediate rewards, we can lead more balanced and fulfilling lives. This doesn't mean sacrificing the future for the present, but rather finding ways to infuse the present with the satisfaction and joy that we often reserve for some distant point in time. Seneca's philosophy reminds us that life is a journey, and the rewards we seek can be both immediate and long-term, creating a richer and more meaningful existence. 6. Optimize your free time. Seneca wisely advises us, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Life is long enough, and a sufficiently generous amount has been given to us for the highest achievements if it were all well invested. This timeless wisdom reminds us that our lives offer substantial opportunities for meaningful achievements, provided we use our time wisely. In our quest for a balanced and fulfilling life, we often spend the majority of our days working to earn two essential assets: money and free time. We dedicate 8 to 9 hours a day to our jobs, hoping to acquire precious free time for leisure activities. However, the irony lies in how frequently we squander this hard-earned free time on trivial or insignificant pursuits like aimless socializing, television, or idle office chatter. At some point, it's crucial to say enough. We must cease the wasteful spending of our hard-earned free time. Even if we enjoy our work, it's vital to limit the time we spend on the job. The extra hours we put in are irreplaceable. Once spent, they're gone forever. Take the example of the 1-hour lunch break. Instead of frittering it away, we can invest it wisely, whether it's reading, writing, exercising, or exploring local cultural attractions. We can make the most of this time. Establishing an office reading group during lunch breaks can foster both personal growth and workplace camaraderie. On weekends and evenings, when we have ample free time, we can engage in activities that enrich our lives, whether it's meditation, reading, exercise, journaling, or any other pursuit that adds value. The key is to seize these moments. Free time is a precious commodity, and how we utilize it significantly influences our overall life satisfaction. In order to rise above mediocrity and lead a more purposeful life, we must fully utilize our free time. This perspective aligns with Seneca's philosophy, urging us to invest our time wisely. By making the most of our time, we can transform each moment into an opportunity for personal growth and fulfillment, ultimately cherishing the gift of life. 7. Reflect on your past. Seneca informs us, but life is very short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future. For Seneca, time is divided into 3 parts: the present, which is transitory, the future, which is uncertain, and the past, which is unalterable. In contrast to the modern emphasis on living in the present and planning for the future, Seneca advises paying attention to your past. He highlights the importance of self-awareness, learning from past experiences, and becoming more effective in the present. Taking time to reflect on your past is a soul-enriching exercise. It helps you understand your personal growth, values, and the evolution of your identity. By embracing your past, you gain clarity about your present and direction for your future. Reflection promotes self-responsibility, self-ownership, and self-understanding. It allows you to learn from your past and make better decisions in the present. Moreover, it serves as a source of motivation and gratitude, enabling you to appreciate your journey and look forward to the path ahead. 8. Escape life's triviality. Seneca's wisdom carries a profound message about the preciousness of time. If such people want to know how short their lives are, let them reflect how small a portion is their own. In a world teeming with distractions, it's a reminder that our lives are often frittered away on trivial pursuits. In the digital age, screens dominate our lives. Whether for work or social media, we find ourselves endlessly scrolling through status updates and posting selfies, losing valuable hours. Moreover, we often allocate our time to others without due consideration. Engaging in frivolous activities such as aimlessly playing video games has little merit and squanders time that could be spent developing useful skills, exercising, or immersing ourselves in literature, art, or music. Social media, like many open-ended forms of entertainment, is meticulously designed to consume our time. It becomes a vortex, pulling us into a never-ending cycle of scrolling and tapping. Just as we wouldn't hand out $20 to everyone who asks, we should exercise similar caution with our time. People constantly request our attention through various mediums, and we often relinquish it without much thought. Seneca urges us to prioritize living for ourselves, at least most of the time. A perpetual yes to every request and demand leaves us with no time for ourselves. We end up living for others rather than for our own well-being. Those who find contentment and happiness are those who dedicate their time to meaningful activities aligned with their personal vision of life. 9. Invest in memories. Seneca's wisdom echoes a profound truth. You have been preoccupied while life hastens on. Meanwhile, death will arrive, and you have no choice in making yourself available for that. This reminder prompts us to consider the finite nature of life and the importance of how we invest our time. Much like a wealthy individual seeks to double their money by making astute investments, we should strive to maximize the returns on our most precious asset, time. Seneca encourages us to recognize that the most valuable returns we can gain with our time are by investing it in the creation of new memories and the exploration of philosophies that enrich our lives. Memory, as Seneca suggests, endures longer than grief. Many of us allocate too much of our time to the pursuit of luxuries and leisure, which in the end only make our already short lives seem even shorter. These pursuits often lead to regret in later years when we reflect on the time we've spent on activities that didn't truly fulfill us. Research in the field of psychology supports Seneca's viewpoint. Dr. Thomas Gilovich, a psychology professor at Cornell University, has extensively studied the relationship between money, happiness, and life experiences. He and other researchers have found that memories from life experiences, however fleeting, provide more enduring happiness than material possession. Memories are a powerful force that shape our thoughts, actions, and decisions, influencing our identity. Creating new memories, therefore, is a worthy investment of our time. This can be achieved by taking on new challenges, spending quality time with loved ones, traveling, and seeking fresh opportunities. While buying material possessions may not fundamentally alter who we are, the accumulation of experiences, places we've visited, and the actions we've taken shapes our identity. 10. Invest in philosophies. Seneca's timeless wisdom culminates in a powerful message. Of all people, only those are at leisure who make time for philosophy. Only those are really alive, for they not only keep a good watch over their own lifetimes, but they annex every age to theirs. All the years that have passed before them are added to their own. This profound insight underscores the value of philosophy as an invaluable teacher, guiding us to fully inhabit our existence and expand our lives sideways rather than merely lengthening them. Seneca's declaration that philosophers are those truly alive and that leisure stems from the belief that the pursuit of philosophy is the most worthwhile occupation of the mind and spirit. Philosophy invites us to explore profound truths, virtues, life and death, helping us discover the essence of existence. In a world characterized by impermanence, the pursuit of truth remains a constant. Philosophers seek to unravel the mysteries of the world, understand our roles within it, and grasp the underlying truths that define reality. Philosophy is an ongoing quest for wisdom and an unwavering pursuit of knowledge and enlightenment. The term philosopher itself denotes a lover of wisdom. Engaging in philosophy means diving into the quest for truth, virtue, and a deeper comprehension of life. It serves as a compass, guiding us in our exploration of the world and our place within it. One of the most accessible avenues to engage with philosophy is through reading. The knowledge and wisdom contained in books are like condensed time. The insights, experiences, and wisdom of countless thinkers, philosophers, and scholars throughout history are compressed into the pages of books, and by reading them, you can add their time to your own. By investing your time in the pursuit of philosophy, you embark on a journey of self-discovery and intellectual growth. You engage with the accumulated wisdom of the ages, seeking the timeless truths that illuminate your path in this brief and transient spell of existence. In conclusion, Seneca's teachings on time management, deeply rooted in Stoicism, offer timeless wisdom for individuals seeking to lead more meaningful and purposeful lives. His emphasis on prioritization, mindfulness, self-improvement, and overcoming procrastination remains highly relevant in our fast-paced 21st century world. By internalizing these principles, we can better manage our time, achieve our goals, and live a more fulfilling life. Seneca's philosophy invites us to reflect on the brevity of life and inspires us to make every moment count, a message that continues to resonate across the ages.